motherfucking Friday. Welcome back to the Gauntlet. You heard me? It's your boy Denzel Snipes. And to my right, to my right will be JT James Tatum. And then right below in the hooded out hat is your boy Dom DeRubeiseeTGC. What kind of hat is that, man?
It's Rudolph, but he's got a brown nose rather than red. His nose is
Yeah, that's
red
not Rudolph.
because he has a drinking problem. I don't know. Maybe it's Donner, Blitzen.
I saw somebody make a post that said Rudolph was a system reindeer and he only got inserted into the starting lineup because it was foggy on Christmas Eve. So he joined a team of superstars like Dancer and Blitzen and
Prancer,
all these
Dancer,
superstars.
Comet Cupid, Donner, Blitzen.
He's a system reindeer.
Well, I guess that's a decent way to say that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is Terry Bradshaw or Brock Purdy. But with that being
I was going to
said,
say a red Cowboys quarterback.
yeah, sounds like
He's
a
got a red nose.
quarterback. Yeah,
Red nose. If the shoe fits, wear it.
he's got the red nose, all right. But hey, just so everybody knows, we are live on the Sideline Sports Network. So hit the like and subscribe button if you're checking us out on YouTube. Also follow us on X and on Twitter as well. Also Gauntlet Sports Media and also James Tatum 12 as well on YouTube as well. We got a lot of shows. Holiday season's coming up and everything. And Sideline Sports Show is actually going to be off for the next 2 weeks. We'll still be on. Let's see, Picked Off will still be on and everything, and then of course we did Sports Business Insider last night, so we're still bringing you that heat every single week. But without further ado, shout out to Wyatt in the comments as well as Bacon Grizz. Appreciate y'all brothers for showing up. Well,
Jay, if you don't mind, just a quick announcement for the viewers: Sideline Sports is approved again for the Super Bowl. We'll be in New Orleans.
I heard someone's taking a trip.
Very short amount of time, so very excited about that and to be back out there doing everything. So excited to have a good show tonight and definitely excited for the opportunity to cover the Super Bowl again.
Absolutely. We're going to be in the Big Easy come February to cover the Super Bowl. Don't know which team's going to be playing on that field, but we know we're going to be in the back doing our thug thizzle. You know, the interviews, the picture taking, and just,
we know one thing. We know one thing, and that is the Red Cowboys and the Blue Cowboys will not be there.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
And I know it's been a while since we've heard this, but we know who is not going to be with us. NGBN. Let's go ahead and get started on with this Gauntlet grinder shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we've got to take a look at some of Week 15's.
Changing grinders' lives for the better, one day at a time.
Yes, absolutely. And so I'll go first with this one. And so this is your boy Denzel Snipes' Gauntlet Grinders for NFL Week 15. First of all, I'm going to have to give it to my guy, cornerback Derek Stingley Jr. for the Houston Texans. The man has been absolutely lights out this year. This play right here, and I don't know if he caught like the replay or anything. If you're not, it's good. I'll explain the play for those of y'all who didn't see it. This play right here, when you look at it from the other angle, whenever we get done, just take a look at it. It was a great play. But Derek Stingley actually was out-jumped by Tyreek Hill, and then on his way down, he snatches the ball from Tyreek Hill, like from his hands. It was crazy. Stingley had 2 interceptions in the game, both of them in the fourth quarter, along with 7 tackles, including the game-clinching interception. As you can see right there, my NFC Gauntlet grinder is wide receiver Mike Evans. He had 5 receptions for 159, 2 touchdowns, averaging 17.7 yards per catch. James, who you got?
Well, I obviously got Jalen Hurts, as we can see right here, getting the passing game going. Everything was criticized. There was drama. There was headlines. There was, I don't know if Jalen and A.J. Brown are getting along. And then right afterwards, you saw Jalen get up to the podium dressed like Denzel from Training Day when he got up there in this outfit and basically said, "Is that what you guys wanted to see?" So I actually kind of like seeing this side of Jalen because he's very quiet and reserved. He doesn't really do stuff like this, but he came out here and he balled out, had a great performance, and When the Eagles' offense is passing the ball the way they were and running the ball the way they have this season with Saquon, makes them really difficult to defend.
All right. And with that being said, let's that was your only grinder?
Yeah, I don't have one for the AFC. So
okay, then.
I'm giving it all to Jalen tonight.
All right.
Both of my Gauntlet grinders come from the Sunday afternoon shootout at Ford Field. Unfortunately, the Lions did not come out on top. So for the AFC, I've got Josh Allen, 23-34, 362 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. An additional 2 rushing touchdowns on the ground on 68 rushing yards. And then in the NFC, Jared Goff, 38 of 59, 494 yards, 5 TDs, no picks, becomes the first NFL quarterback ever to throw for over 400 yards and 5 touchdowns and lose a game. The dude did absolutely everything that he could, but unfortunately, the Bills, much like ours, a very high-powered offense, and we could not stop them. James Cook had 2 touchdowns of his own, over 100 yards on like 13 carries. People thought it was crazy and stupid when Dan Campbell went for an onside kick with 11 minutes left, but he knew his defense was battered, bruised, and broken, and he was just trying to steal back another possession. And if we get that ball back there, no one's questioning it. But shout out to Josh Allen, and Jared Goff. Hell of a game between the two of them. Shootout and possibly a Super Bowl preview. Possibly.
Possibly, but
probably no. Possibly, maybe.
I'm not going to say anything.
Wild stat of the day: the Lions now have a win this season when Jared Goff throws 5 interceptions, and a loss when Jared Goff throws 5 touchdowns. Crazy shit, right? We got guy Kendall Whitley on the screen. Welcome to the Gauntlet. Glad to see you, brother. And so, you have any Gauntlet grinders for Week 15?
What's good, team? How we doing?
Doing good.
Great, man. Great to see you on the show.
Yes, sir. Let's roll with it. I think mine is easy. I mean, I don't know. I just got off. I saw him a little late, but Lamar Jackson. I mean, five touchdowns against the Giants. I know it was against the Giants, but I think I seen one highlight. He was running, pulled his pants up he had lost his pants or something like that. 5 touchdowns. My boy down here from North Carolina, Ted Walker got his first reception and touchdown. Like, man, I think it's easy. Lamar, the easier. I mean, I'm sure y'all went with Allen or whatever else, whatnot. But I went with Lamar Jackson, and I think it's probably gonna be Josh Allen MVP, but I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson, man. I think he's very proud of you.
All right.
I was just gonna bring that up. Is Kendall actually giving Lamar credit after he had a heated debate with JJ over it a couple weeks ago?
Shine a little light on that, Kenny. What you got?
So JJ, I hope you're listening to this show. All right, wherever he's on a staycation. He said he's on a staycation in Baltimore. I told him the Ravens are gonna be on a staycation.
They'll be on one shortly.
Is he going to the game?
About a month or so, the Ravens will be joining him on the staycation.
Is he going to the game tomorrow?
I'm not sure what he's doing, man.
He might be.
He is not here.
I mean, if he was here, I could kind of foresee what he would say. Nah, don't go picking my guy now. You talking all that yin yang and riff raff a couple weeks ago about my dude, and now you.
I don't care what you say about my quarterback. We don't care, but let me spend 30 minutes defending him.
Right.
JJ,
I don't care what you think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though I do.
Kenny, was that your only Gauntlet grinder?
Yeah. And I was gonna go with the Packers defense because they played pretty good against the whole Packers defense. Against Seattle, pretty good Seattle offense.
Silver the Barber, what up?
Yeah, I was gonna go with the Packers defense, but I'm gonna stay with just Lamar.
All right, that's what's up. Hey, Uncle Silver in the comments. Glad to see you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Silverback Monstertainment is
in the business, man.
Proper, baby. You know what I'm saying? So when we return, we're going to kick off everyone's longtime favorite sports moron of the week. We got to pay some bills. Be right back with the Gauntlet. listen, Linda, listen. This is something that has been a mainstay ever since the inception of the Gauntlet, because I know you done seen and heard an athlete, a coach, an analyst, a team owner do or say some dumb shit, and sometimes you just need to get off your chest. This is Sports Moron of the Week. JT, take it away. What you got? Sports Moron of the Week.
Before I go, just gonna bring up a few comments. We got Wyatt representing the Colts fan base, saying Jonathan Taylor blew it with that stupid decision. Pretty much swung the momentum of the game. That's definitely a good shout there. But what I was gonna go with, I was really gonna bring up Dominique Foxworth, and I know Grizz actually brought him up in the comments because he was hating on Jalen Hurts on ESPN and just saying a bunch of weird stuff about how he has pretty privilege and he takes advantage of the fact that he's handsome. So, first of all, you don't give the guy credit for having a good game, even though you've been one of the main people criticizing him. And now you're just saying stuff that's kind of suspect as a man. You know, like, why are you worried about how Jalen Hurts looks as an ESPN analyst, as a man? Why is that the first thing that comes out your mouth? So, yeah, pretty moronic by him. But the thing that was funny was the reaction of social media when they found a video of Dominique Foxworth's wife saying how she thinks Jalen is such a mature guy and he's handsome and all this stuff. So people were saying that's the root of the hate.
So he's taking cues from his wife?
So I just thought that was pretty good. But I'm going to stick with the Eagles here on this one. And Jalen was fined for violating the uniform conduct with the two different cleats, as you guys can see here on the left. And the NFL, if I remove this banner, you guys will see that
do
the
they make those
NFL
in
actually
non-cleats? Because I need those.
Jalen has a really stacked cleat lineup with the Jordans. So the NFL actually posted this after the game and was hyping it up because everyone obviously thought it was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see under here, now they deleted it when they find him. And then shout out to Michael Jordan on this. Like, I know people go back and forth with LeBron and Michael Jordan, but Michael Jordan might have to be the GOAT after this. Like, let's be honest, man. Like, the Jordan brand is stepping up and paying the $5,000 for Jalen, which is pretty much chump change to them. But it's just very moronic by the NFL. You're going to fine a guy over wearing cleats. There's so many other things that are not addressed in the NFL. You make all these excuses about player safety. Last week in the game against Pittsburgh, you saw a hip drop tackle, which was banned, and everyone's talking about how, oh my gosh, what about the safety?
The list of cleats that are
where
banned,
is the fine?
as long as the
where is the fine, NFL? Where is the fine for this? Because you made such a big deal about this. You banned the hip drop tackle. And I really haven't seen anything really done about it during the season. In the games that I personally watched, I haven't seen the flag. I haven't seen too many fines. So you care about the wrong things. You put emphasis on the wrong things. And you pose as if you care about something because you want everyone to think that you're making an emphasis about player safety. You don't care about safety. You don't care about anything. You care about controlling people and making money, and that's it.
Yeah, and I'll put it to you like this. So we could watch the news, right? I'm not gonna go political with this one. There's a point that I'm trying to make. We watch the news and say we see like a wrongful shooting or something like that, some type of wrongful incident, police brutality by the police. That policeman gets caught, detective, patrolman, whatever. Okay, he's blasted. Like, we know who he is. We know what department he works for, and like all that kind of stuff, right? When he's been charged throughout the judicial proceedings, everything. But the NFL don't be fining referees for bad calls that they know are bad calls. We pretty much have to do like homework and dig and see who that referee is, and that's how he kind of gets put out there. But the NFL, they don't for damn sure say, yeah, I don't know.
They get disciplined eventually, but they never get fined.
No. They don't get fined. They might say, "Oh, well, we taking them out of the playoffs or whatever." If the call was like that bad, but no, maybe the NFL should start fining these referees, and maybe that will sharpen up their act on the field, because we have seen some blatantly horrible calls all these players get held accountable for
It's
and
just the hypocrisy.
It gets worse every year, too.
I can sit here and tell you about this call and that call, but the example that I brought up with the hip drop, that's just a prime example of what the NFL has become. Making a big deal about things, banning things, and then when it happens,
do you know
they do nothing about it. But if
Yeah.
Jalen wears two different cleats of two different colors, oh my God, we got to fine him.
Yeah, and then what kills me is after like it's a bad call, or roughing passer, or face mask, or whatever the call may be. A couple of days later, they'll come out NFLPA. We missed this call, and we're
Yeah,
gonna
we got it
find
wrong.
this guy. Like I'm like, what good is it doing you telling us days later the game has been decided? I never understood. They always come out and say things after the fact. A couple of days later, say, yeah, the NFL we upon further review, we did miss this call. We missed this call, or we'll find this player for the tip, but you didn't call that in the game.
yeah,
Like, crazy.
yeah.
No, I agree with that 100%.
Hey, man. But Dom, do you have a sports moron of the week?
Oh, man. New York Jets owner Woody Johnson, but more specifically, his sons, Brick and Jack. Brick? It sounds like a shitty third-rate Nickelodeon sitcom. Not Drake
Brick,
and Josh,
Jack, and
Brick and
Woody.
Jack. Apparently, and I've seen it all.
I just feel bad that someone actually named their child Brick. Like,
I don't
that's just
think
sad.
that's his government name. I didn't have enough time to. I'm like, this can't. He couldn't have named him Brick, but maybe he did. He is one of the worst owners in the NFL. Wouldn't surprise me if he named his son Brick. But anyways, upon the advice of Brick and Jack, who are teenagers and Madden aficionados, Woody Johnson went ahead and let his sons take the lead. The Jets were looking to acquire Jerry Jeudy in the offseason. Brick and Jack were like, whoa, 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 Dad, don't do that. His Madden rating's too low.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, I'm not taking up for these punk kids whatsoever. Jerry Jeudy had been somewhat disappointing prior to this year. But this year, he's fifth in the league in receiving yards, and he's like 34 yards away from being third in the league in receiving yards. So instead of going and making that deal and getting a guy in, probably just now entering his prime, you go and get over the hill Devontae Adams, who, by the way, Devontae Adams came out today and said he will never play for the Bears. But yeah, Brick and Jack and Woody, this is why your franchise is a mess and a joke and a fucking laughingstock. Because the owner of an NFL franchise listened to his sons. Don't no, Dad, don't make that trade. I put it through on Madden and it got denied.
Yeah, obviously that's really stupid, but I don't even think that's the worst of it. There was another report that quarterback Mike White was basically called a bum or something, or I actually think he said something along the lines of "you effing suck" after the game in front of the locker room, in front of his teammates. As a team owner, that's just unacceptable. That's just unprofessional. That's not something that you should do to your players, and it's just not acceptable by Woody Johnson.
You deserve, Jets. You haven't made the playoffs since God was a child. You're now being held hostage by Aaron Rodgers. You have old and furthermore disgruntled wide receiver.
And then rumor has it they might bring Rodgers back and draft a rookie quarterback.
Yeah,
Rodgers he's done.
I mean, for what
he's done with the Jets. He'll retire before he plays another down for them next year, so he can go to Minnesota.
If that's true, what Woody said to Mike White, considering that dude was playing through broken ribs and I think like 2 or 3 other injuries,
he was balling too.
I'm not. Yeah, he was the best thing they had that season. I'm not for the abuse of the elderly, but if Mike White hit him with the Will Smith slap, I don't think too many people would exactly lose any sleep.
Just think about it, because the report said that they lost a game and Mike came into the locker room and he slammed his helmet, and then that's when Woody said, yeah, you better slam your helmet because you're a bum, or whatever he said. This guy is showing passion after a loss. He's showing that he cares. But what has the Jets organization done to show that they care?
I would have fired back immediately
about winning.
Mike White, like, oh, I'm the bum?
Maybe this is part of the problem, because you have an owner that thinks like this and disrespects players and doesn't even hold himself to an accountable standard. and yet he's coming at other people calling him a bum. And this is a guy that represents your organization. And that's not really surprising when you look at what the Jets are doing, how they're ran, and the lack of success.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Wyatt says Jets haven't made the playoffs since 10-11. They haven't won the AFC East since the first year of new alignment. Hadn't made the
Yeah,
AFC title game.
longest playoff
Actually,
drought in the
actually,
NFL.
yeah, longest playoff drought. Actually, they made back-to-back AFC title games with Mark Sanchez in 10 and 11.
Yeah.
But outside of that, yeah, the rest of what he says is correct. We're swinging over to Ken Dog. Ken, you got a sports morning on the week, my brother.
Yeah, I do, and both of them are from the same team. From the Indianapolis coach Jonathan Taylor, dropping the ball prior to going across the daggone. I don't know why do these players do that for? And then here's my first one, and Adonai Mitchell. Now I did want my Patriots to draft him, so I'm a fan of his. So it kind of
Oh,
hurt.
AD, yeah.
Yeah, I want man. We took Jalen Pope, but that's a conversation for another day. AD Mitchell, come on, bro. You throwing the ball. I think it was like a reverse or whatever.
It was.
Actually, threw a pick six to a linebacker. And then y'all, I don't know if y'all seen, but did y'all see his press conference after the game? He took no accountability at all. He sounded like a quarterback. He said it was a good read on the play. I'm like, bro, you are a wide receiver, not a quarterback. Like, and the coach was in. They was in control of that game to start. I was watching it. And then it just seemed like after that Jonathan Taylor fumble, that moronic play, and then
Bye-bye.
AD Mitchell with the pick six or whatever. I was like, man, it was just an accident. It just went south from there. But those are my two morons of the week.
Yeah, and you know what the crazy part about that play is at the time period, the 98-yard touchdown rush by Notre Dame. The crazy part about that play is at the time period, the Colts were up 13-7 in the third. With that Jonathan Taylor touchdown, they would have been up 20-7 in the third and in full control of the game. But after that blunder, the Broncos forced 3 turnovers. They scored 24 unanswered points, and the Colts never recovered. They never scored again. So it literally was a game-changing play right there.
Season changing for
You know,
them.
quite possibly,
Yeah.
because I mean, they're not dead yet. They can still make the postseason, but they need a lot of help. But we actually may dive a little bit into that in our next topic. When we come back, it will be the Gauntlet Cruise top 10 heading into the end of the regular season. Don't go away. Fried chicken and collard greens. We back. You know what I'm saying? And now for our main topic, and this is the Gauntlet Cruise Power Rankings top 10 teams heading into the final, and I mean final stretch of the season because we're not week 16. So we're going to go around the panel. Who is your top 10 and a short explanation as to why each team is where. So I'm going to start off with JT. Give me what you got for your top 10. Gauntlet Power Rankings. Let's go.
Okay. Number one's the Philadelphia Eagles. You look at what this team is doing on both sides of the ball. They're playing complementary football. They play so well together as a team. And 10 wins in a row is a franchise record. And it just continues to stack for them. So many weapons across the board. So Eagles number one. Second, I have the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen on fire. He's on a tear, looking to get the MVP. And I think the Bills are the best team in the AFC. Third, I have Detroit. I know that Detroit's defense is starting to get cooked a little bit. They have got a lot of injuries, but this is a team that's been on top for most of the season, so I don't think they're going to go away quietly despite the injuries. 4, I'm picking the Chiefs by default. I just think that you can't really bet against Mahomes and Andy Reid until proven otherwise. So I think they're right there in the AFC. It's going to be them and Buffalo in the AFC Championship. Then I have the Ravens. I think the Ravens are going to win the AFC North. I think that Lamar is balling out. You still got to worry about Derrick Henry. Ravens at number 5. Vikings number 6. I think the Vikings could be an interesting team. I just don't think they are. I just don't see them beating the Lions or the Eagles in the playoffs. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but I mean, it's Sam Darnold at the end of the day going up against the Eagles defense. it's not going to happen. Then we got the Packers. I really like what Matt LaFleur has done with this team. They're sitting there with 10 wins, impressive win over Seattle. Then they got Buccaneers. I know everyone's talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Los Angeles Rams and how they're so dangerous, but I think Tampa Bay is a more dangerous team. And if they get on the roll, look out. They're going to be really dangerous in the NFC. Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin, always winning games, always in the playoffs. That defense is nasty. If Russell Wilson can stop turning the ball over, play good football, they're going to be a good team. And then last team I have on the list is the Rams, who have stormed back to take first place in the NFC West.
All right. And that is JT's top 10. Dom, swinging over to you. Who you got for your top 10, brother?
I got Bills at 1. They've beat what I would have said prior to that. The Bills went into the Chiefs game. Chiefs looked like the best team in the NFL. They beat them. Then they came and beat us. So I've got the Bills first. Got the Chiefs second. They have 1 loss. 2-time defending champs. Hard to count them out. Got the Lions third. Defense is starting to get mildly less unhealthy as the weeks go by. We've got a couple layups, and then that showdown with the Vikings week 18 at home, which not too worried about because, like JT said, it's Sam Darnold and it's at home, and we beat the Vikings on the road. I'm not concerned about being able to beat them at home. Number 4 is the Eagles. Yeah, I mean, what can you say? I could switch 3 and 4, or even 2, 3 and 4, or 1, 2, 3 and 4. But the Eagles are right there. It's basically a Mount Rushmore. Those are the 4 teams that I see in the Super Bowl and or winning it. 5, I've got the Vikings. They're percentage points behind us. They're tied with us, other than the fact that they have a division loss to us. I think they also lost. No, they beat the Packers. 5, I've got the Packers. I'm sorry, 6 is the Packers. Their only losses are to 10-plus win teams. That's why I have them there, because they're a slight notch below those other teams that I mentioned. 7, I have the Steelers. They beat the Ravens, and we know what happens with the Ravens come playoff time. 8, I've got the Ravens, just because they're slightly better in my mind than 9 and 10, which is interchangeable. It's the Bucks and the Rams, but neither the Bucks nor the Rams are a team that I want to see in the playoffs. They're both. Baker's been unbelievable all year. They beat the Lions
And the Eagles.
Yeah, that's right. They came storming.
That was the Eagles' last loss.
Yeah, came storming back in that division. Thank you, Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons, and then the Rams. They're healthy now. Also came storming back, and I've said all year, when the Rams have all their offensive weapons, they're a tough out. And Matt Stafford, when he's healthy and he's got time to throw in all his weapons, he's a top 5 at worst quarterback in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And now let's swing on over to
not mad at the list.
All right. Hey, I'm muted. And okay. Can
y'all hear me?
Yep.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.
Yep.
Okay, sweet. All right. And that's Dom's. Hey, James, you keep sending me to unmute.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right. That was Dom's top 10 power rankings, and now swinging on over to Ken Dog. What you got, bro?
Yeah, mine's a bit similar, y'all. First, I got Philly 1. And mine's are based on how teams look right now, not going off the record, but how teams look right currently now. I got Philly 1, Buffalo 2. I mean, you got to put Buffalo 2 after that performance last week against Detroit. Detroit's right behind them at 3, Minnesota at 4, Kansas City 5. I got them right there because of how they've been looking. Green Bay at 6, Baltimore 7, Pittsburgh 8. Those 2 teams play tomorrow. I got Baltimore on that one. Pittsburgh at 8, Denver at 9, and I got the Rams at 10. And my sleeper team, I wanted to find a way to put him in there.
Chargers.
Especially after that performance last night. Watch out for the LA Chargers. Because I feel they are a team. Because you remember those days years ago when when they had Phillip Rivers, they used to always make this late run and they'd
Charger.
go into the playoffs and they'd be hot as I don't know what. And I'm telling you, these Chargers, they got is it Jim Harbaugh. Yeah, Jim Harbaugh. And then they got a good Dobbins coming back. They're gonna beat my Patriots next week and give us the third over our pick so we can take Travis Hunter. But yeah, the Chargers. They I think they can go on the road and win too. And the way it looks right now, I think they're probably the 6 or the 7 right now. But I don't think Buffalo will want to see them. I don't think. I think they can go to Pittsburgh. I think they can go anywhere and win. They just gave Mahomes and them a run for their money a couple weeks
The
ago.
the,
Something like
the
that.
Chargers have not chargered multiple
Right.
times this year.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's why. Yeah, and Jim Harbaugh, he's a team. He's that toughness mentality, the leadership. He's gonna come. He's a get out the mud coach. They're gonna come in there. They get Dobbins back that run game. Still got Bosa and Mack. Derwin. They gonna get healthy in the secondary. And they did a number on that Denver offense last night in the second half. I love the adjustments. Do not. Quentin Johnson got to learn how to catch the daggone football. And they need another. They a couple years away from winning the Super Bowl. I feel they're like a year off season away from that. But I think they can ruin a team. They can. I can see them going into Buffalo in the playoffs, and everybody could probably pick Buffalo. But it's always upset. I can see the Chargers
I
going
don't
there and
know if
getting
they
it
can
done.
win in Buffalo.
I think they can. I think they can.
No way.
They can.
I don't
Okay,
think they can win in Buffalo.
I think they can do it.
The only thing they can probably
That's a bit too much Charger not chargering for me.
Okay, remember I said it.
Hey, can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
I can
sweet.
hear you the whole
All right.
time, sir.
Okay, then. No,
all
because
right,
it
Jay, you're
keeps.
still on mute. You're still on mute.
Okay, can you hear me now? Dom?
Yes.
Jay,
Okay.
just go ahead and leave the studio and come back.
All right. Before we go on, let me even come right back, man.
Am I the only one that could
All
hear
right.
him?
He randomly got muted. I'm not sure what happened, but honestly, when you talk about the Chargers, I just can't take them seriously as a franchise because certain franchises just don't get it done in the postseason, and they're one of those. They're one of
Well,
those
I
type
didn't
of.
say they'll win the Super Bowl this year. I think they
They're
can.
one
We
of those
love the
type of.
changing of the narrative, though.
There's
This
one of
this
those
is
type.
why I loved, as much as I hate the hype about Justin Herbert, because he's never even been to a
How
fucking
are
playoff game, let alone
I don't
won
really
one.
see how. I really don't see how they're changing the narrative because what are their
What did I just say? And you agreed. They have not chargered multiple times this year when
They
we
played.
were
Yeah,
positive they were going to charger.
They played the
they
Bengals.
don't have quality wins. Their most quality win was against Denver. That's it.
The Chargers.
Hey, Green Bay doesn't have any quality wins either.
Mm-hmm.
They've
Can y'all hear
won-
me? I'm back.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. All right. Well, all right. I'm gonna go through my top 10 as well. Well, so number one, I have to put the Eagles up there. Top 5 defensively. In fact, they have the number 1 defense in the NFL, and y'all know I'm a defensive guy, and that's absolutely what's important. The Eagles have just been absolutely rolling as of late, and they very, very well could steal the number 1 seed in the NFC. But undoubtedly, that's my top team. 2, I'm still gonna have the Lions up there. It's still it's a 3-team race because my number 3 is Minnesota. The other 12-win team, they stay in my top 5 because Minnesota's been doing a lot of damage with Sam Darnold, and people did not see this coming. Dom called it before the year. It was Sam Darnold's resurrection tour, and now they're actually talking about paying the man a bag to stay in town. How about that? The Lions, though, going back to number 2, the Detroit Lions, I know they lost a shootout just last week, and they're banged up, but this is a team that is they are the most resilient team in the NFL because for as many injuries that they have, they're still finding multiple ways to stay in ball games and to win ball games. So Lions, they are just staying at number 2 for me. Vikings, number 3. If the Vikings mess around and catch that number 1, they might be a team nobody wants to see neither. Number 4, I got the Chiefs. I know they have the most wins, and people may cuss me out for this one, but the way they've been winning, kind of sneaking through the back door and getting some. They have like the most wins by 1 score in NFL history. They broke the record held by the 06 Colts and the 1986 Giants, I think we alluded to last week. Now, I get it. Bill Parcells coined the phrase, "You are what your record says you are," and a win is a win. but we at some point in time we're gonna start taking a look at how you're winning.
I
And
don't
whenever
know.
you got teams who dominate like the Lions, who dominate like the Vikings, who dominate like the Eagles, you know, if the Chiefs meet them in the regular season, they lost to the Bills already, right? So if they face the
Yep.
Vikings in the regular season and the Lions and the Eagles, we might be looking at a 9-4 team, maybe even a 10-4, something like that. Yeah, but I got Chiefs at number 4. 5, I got the Bills. I wanted to rank them higher, but in fact, you know what? Scratch that. I'm gonna swap out Chiefs and Bills. Bills are number 4, because they beat the Chiefs, but also at the same time, they're an 11-3 team, and
They also beat the Lions.
yeah, they also did beat the Lions, but they also have 11 wins. So, but that's the crazy thing about Buffalo. They're an 11-win team, but they played like they got 13 wins. They really should. They left a lot of money on the table. Their last loss was to no. Their last loss was to who did they just lose to? They got 3 losses.
They've not
I think
lost
their
any.
last loss was against Houston.
That made loss number 2 though.
Oh, their
Anyhow,
last loss
no,
was against the
the Rams.
Rams.
It was the
The
Rams. It
Rams.
was the Rams. Yeah, yeah. And so outside of getting run out of town by Baltimore in week 2, and they've been a totally different team since then. They've a close loss to Houston, a close loss to the Rams, combined 5 points. So I got the Bills right there. Let's see, 6. I got the Ravens. Like James said,
Too
I do
high.
believe that they will win the NFC North. But they do have to take care of business tomorrow. If they don't, I think the Steelers will get a playoff berth with a win tomorrow. No, they
No,
will win the
Steelers
division
already have
tomorrow.
a play. The Ravens or the Steelers already have a berth. If they win, they clinch the division.
They finish the division tomorrow.
Division's
That's right.
done.
Yep. So yeah, they have to take care of business tomorrow. Otherwise, those spots are swapping. 7, I got Houston. They found their footing again, and now they have a tough
Houston.
finish. They have a tough finish. Let's see. We go to Arrowhead tomorrow, and then we turn right around. Thanks, NFL, you fucking dicks. We host Baltimore. Uh, we host Baltimore on Christmas Day with Beyonce at halftime. Did I say that right?
As much as we all love football
The
and
Queen
probably
Bee.
Christmas, is anyone not really that? I mean, other than the fact that it's 2 really good games, I
I'm
could do
not.
without. I could do without football on Christmas, without pro football.
No, I mean, it's not really about the football. What I'm
I
more worried
literally think
about,
they did it
what
because
I'm
there's
more
so many
worried
college
about
football games.
is what I'm more worried about is actually Netflix. After what we saw with the fight,
Oh
how,
no, they
how are
got
you
that
gonna
shit figured out.
how are you gonna support 3 NFL games? I'm a little
They got
worried
that
about it.
shit figured out.
Yeah, and then on top of that, if they still don't get their act right after what we saw with the fight, WWE's Monday Night Raw goes to Netflix in
Oh,
January.
there.
How are you going to
If
handle
the
that?
streams are fucked up for football, there will be riots. Someone will firebomb the Netflix headquarters
I
by
can
the
already
middle
see it
of
in
the
my head.
first quarter.
You're
Some
you're gonna
irate
be
fan.
we're gonna be spinning the wheel in the middle of like a huge play. It'll be like 4th down or something, and then it's just like spin, spin,
Oh,
spin, spin, spin.
there will
Hey
be
James,
some ready to be irate NFL fan that will be watching that game on his phone outside the headquarters, and if that shit starts fucking up, fire bombs.
I ain't
I
gonna hold you.
promise
Sometimes
you.
when I use Stream East to watch games, it does that because I mean it's a legal stream, but
Right.
I lose my mind when
Oh,
that
I'll be
happens.
watching it on
yeah,
Stream East before
like
I try to watch it on fucking
Only
Netflix.
only for out of market games that I really want to watch.
Yeah.
yeah. Hey
Netflix
James,
is
Yeah,
like
you
the
that's what
only
I
remember?
do a
streaming
lot
service I
too. I'm
don't
like,
have currently, and I have
yeah,
no
that's what
faith.
I do a lot too. On some of the
Hey,
stream a little bit, and it glitches a little bit. If you probably wouldn't know, but if you let's just say you watching it live like on cable, and then you over here in the other room watching the stream, but you got both games on. You're a couple plays behind, but you really
Right.
wouldn't know unless you're watching both of them. Like they could have been on and got the first
Just
down.
don't check social media during the game.
Yeah,
yeah,
Right.
pretty
yeah.
much. I mean, this is like, hey James, do you remember when you were watching WrestleMania 40 and Randy Orton did the arf, 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 and then RKO that dude on the table? Now imagine if in mid move you see that pause and that spinning wheel. So it's like, yeah, someone's gonna be like a wide receiver's gonna be wide open, and then we see that spinning wheel, and oh man, I really hope Netflix got their shit together on this one. But number 8, I got Pittsburgh. Now Bear in mind, pending tomorrow's results, Steelers and Ravens could swap places. 9, I got the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are slowly turning into the team that folks don't want to see come postseason. Baker Mayfield has
I
been
think they
absolutely on
are.
fire. Mike
They won the
Evans
division
is
2
back.
years in a row. People
You
act like
see,
Tampa ain't shit.
yeah,
Real
Baker
quick,
ain't
and they're
shit.
looking at winning the division for like the 4th straight year. And then number 10. So I did my top 10 last night, and I had Broncos at 10, and then the Bolts beat them. So now I got the Bolts at number 10. You know, Bolts just made
Oh, no love for the
ease their way into the
Rams.
postseason. I still could say that things could change. Me personally, I think the Broncos and the Bolts are both going to make the postseason. But after last night's results, I got the Los Angeles Chargers over the Broncos. Broncos are a close 11th, an honorable mention. Again, this is a team that nobody had on their bingo card as doing as well as they're doing. I think I put in the group chat that the Broncos could realistically finish with 11 wins this year, which is crazy, with no real superstars on their squad. Think about that for a second. Bo
yeah,
Nix is
that's,
becoming the dude
Their
that he's
defense is
supposed to
really
I
good,
be.
mean,
though.
he's 30 years
Defense
old.
is
He's got a
legit.
quarterback whisperer. They've got a great defense.
Yeah.
Patrick Surtain is a stud
Yeah,
for
Oh,
sure.
like
PS2? Oh,
the
yeah.
Broncos are what the Bolts wish they were.
hey, real quick, I went on y'all picks on show the other night. Who y'all got the more Steelers or Ravens?
I
The
picked Ravens.
Steelers.
I'm picking the Ravens,
I got
Steelers.
Ravens
or I
too. I
picked the
think
Ravens
Yeah.
on the show too.
Then, of
Fuck the
course,
Ravens. Fuck Lamar Jackson. Fuck
But
Joe Jenkins.
I feel like this is dangerous
Steelers
though.
pride.
I do feel this is dangerous though because we all picked the Ravens.
well, he got Steelers.
Also, Lamar's record against the Steelers is not good.
Right. Is that game in
I just
Pittsburgh
feel
or
like
it's in Baltimore?
this
Still
time
picking the Steelers.
it's a must-win game. This is almost like a playoff game for Lamar. So
Oh,
if they don't,
It's a-
if
it's a
they
must
don't win
win.
this game, if they don't win this game, I really don't trust Baltimore in the playoffs.
It's a must win.
Even if they win this game, why would you trust them in the playoffs?
I mean, I'm not picking them over Buffalo or the Chiefs, but I'm just saying like the Ravens may.
I'll trust
the Ravens
Baltimore
get
if they make
swept-
the playoffs.
if
to
they
win
get
no more than
swept-
one game, because that's
If
who
they get swept, the Ravens are frauds, in my opinion.
It's a must win.
that's
Hey,
who the Ravens are.
it's a must win for both teams, DeMar. Though.
No,
So-
Pittsburgh's tight.
one second, y'all. One
Yeah,
second.
but Lamar Jackson is he's won 2 MVPs. He could win a third. He probably
Yes,
won't.
give him another
probably
regular
won't,
season trophy.
But when you're this type of player, if
Gotta
you don't
win.
come through in these kind of games, this is almost like a playoff game.
Which is
Yeah.
why they're
You know
not
what I
gonna
mean?
win.
So
So, but I got a question for JT real quick. So, if the Steelers lose to the Ravens, you basically saying that game, that loss, will be less about what the Steelers are and more about what the Ravens ain't?
ask that one more time.
If the Steelers lose to the Ravens,
Okay.
and they lose the division, no, not Steelers. I'm sorry. If the Steelers beat the Ravens, if the Ravens get swept, Steelers win the division. Is that going to say less about what the Steelers are and more about what the Ravens ain't this year?
Yeah.
I think so because I don't really think the pressure is on the Steelers in this game.
Steelers are already in.
I think all the pressure is on the Ravens.
100%. 100%.
Do they still get a
Because
playoff run?
Steelers didn't even have a quarterback.
They'll probably
Ravens, don't even bother
it
putting the
will probably
Ravens in the
still be
playoffs.
in the
It's a
playoffs, but I'm
wasted-
saying
it's a waste. They're
This
going to
is
win one game or none. It's
this
like
is a
Dallas
big
is
game.
in the playoffs.
this is a big game, a huge game at the end of the season. Division on the line, everything. Hosting a home playoff game is different than having to go on the road.
Yeah.
And the Ravens are not going to win 3 playoff games on the road.
Yeah.
There's no way that's going to happen. So that's why I really feel they need to win this game. And if they don't win this type of game now, then how can you trust them when the stakes are much higher in January?
You can't.
Yeah.
That's my
You
point.
You just answered your own question.
That's my point.
They
Yeah.
won't because you can't.
The Ravens got to win this game, period.
Yeah, they have to. And as it stands right now, if the season were to end today, Baltimore would travel to Houston in the first round. But
And lose there.
we'll take a short 2-second break. When we come back, we will be on our non-sports topic. Stay tuned. Fish grease, baby. We're back with the Gauntlet, and now it's on to our non-sports topic. And our non-sports topic, so it's coming up Christmas dinner. I don't know who's all cooking and everything, but as you can see from the choices from the bottom of the screen, piece together your Christmas dinner. The main course, the side, and your drink or dessert and your drink of choice. JT, go ahead.
My main course, my side, my dessert,
And your
and
drink.
my
And your drink of
drink.
choice. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna pick ham since it's Christmas. I pick turkey on Thanksgiving, but on Christmas I pick ham.
Fuck,
So
I'll pick
I'm
ham
go,
on Thanksgiving
I'm
too.
going. I'm going with the ham. My side.
There's only one answer.
No. There's a lot of answers.
We could say appetizer too.
All right, you know what? I can't go against the stuffing. I can't go against the
What?
stuffing. Christmas
Stuffing?
stuffing is
All those choices
amazing.
and you pick fucking stuffing?
Of course, stuffing is
You're not coming
king.
to, you're not
JT,
coming to
Stuffing
get your
is
Christmas dinner at
amazing,
my
bro.
house. There would be no goddamn stuff.
I will,
Stuffing with ham? Stuffing only goes with turkey.
I will tear up the stuffing any day of the year.
I
First
mean,
of
I'll
all,
fuck some
second of
stuffing on
all, everyone
Thanksgiving, but that's it.
everyone's gonna pick mac and cheese, man. Like mac and cheese is
Yeah.
great. I love mac and
There's
cheese,
only
but
one right answer.
give other foods love. Okay, stop
Oh,
making everything about mac and cheese all the time. Another honorable mention could also be like yams or sweet potatoes.
now
I
see,
think
there we go.
see,
is
you're
another
coming up with
staple.
so many other better
I'm good,
things.
but I'm good with any of those three. But I'm rolling with the stuffing. I'm trusting myself.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Dessert,
sir.
Okay,
dessert.
dessert.
We sticking with the pumpkin pie.
Oh, so now we
Sticking with
know
the
there's
pumpkin pie.
really only one answer for you.
I mean,
That's a fair choice.
pumpkin pie with vanilla ice cream on top.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh.
instead of I've never had ice cream on it. That sounds
Mm.
interesting. I usually go like cool
Try it
whip or
out.
whipped cream.
Try it out. It's pretty good.
I mean, any
And
sort of pie
drink,
a la mode, you can't go wrong.
my
Drink.
drink. If I'm not drinking alcohol, I will have just a lemonade iced tea
Okay.
because it's really good.
Emonade, it's called at Waffle
And
House.
then if I'm
Arnold
drinking,
Palmer
Wait, had to
I'm
do.
created.
Oh, yeah, you got that. Go ahead.
if
I'm
I'm
sorry.
drinking, if I'm drinking, then I'm sticking with the Mexican beer. I'm either having a Corona or a Modelo, and I'm putting the
Oh,
lime in it.
all right. Dom, what about you? What you got, man?
Ham. Since we're on the mac and cheese hate train, I'm going spicy collard greens.
No one was hating. You're the only person that was hating.
I was just hating on your bullshit ass stuffing. But hey, if you like it, I love it. Okay, so I would go mac and cheese or collard greens or this bomb ass broccoli cheese casserole that my mom makes that I'm pretty sure is my first solid food. So any one of those three. Pretty much something with cheese. If not, then spicy collard greens. Dessert, I'm going cheesecake. Beverage,
Mm.
um, gotta go nog and spiced rum. You have to. Non-alcoholic. I'm with James on that. The Arnold Palmer
Yep.
cannot fuck with the iced
Staple.
tea and the lemonade mixture. So yeah, but yeah,
Uh,
ham, collard greens, cheesecake, eggnog.
all
I heard
right.
something about Yagnog, which is Jaeger and eggnog, and I heard about it and I threw up in my mouth a little bit. Like
That
I didn't go purchase it. I didn't mix it. I didn't taste it. Like I smelled it in my head and I threw up in my mouth a little bit.
that might
What
be.
sounds good about eggs and licorice?
Yeah, that might be going a little bit too far. Ken, what you got, man?
Mine's gonna be
Yagnog.
pretty simple. Turkey, mac and cheese. JT hit on the nail with the candy yams. Um, what's that? That's three. Yeah, turkey, mac and cheese, candy yams. Probably some rice and some gravy on the side.
Mm.
My dessert is gonna be sweet potato pie. I want sweet potato
There
pie
you
as
go.
my dessert,
Mm-hmm.
and my drink is gonna be some sweet iced tea.
There
Okay.
you go.
Black as hell. Your
James.
sweet potato pie and your sweet tea.
Hey, we gotta keep it real, man. So, on mine, I'm gonna go ahead and run the turkey back, man. We gotta have a sequel. Let's run the turkey back. You
We're
know,
running it back.
then I'm gonna go
No, you
ahead and
don't.
gotta have
Fuck
the
that
gravy.
dry ass bird.
Gotta have the
It's
gravy.
only dry if you can't cook.
There we go. There we go. But and then the stuffing as well. So yeah, run it back. I mean, but you figure the 2 times to eat of the year would be Thanksgiving and Christmas, and hey, why not? That's how I've always seen it.
Maybe that's the blessing for the Thanksgiving run back because we do get football on
Yeah,
Christmas, and not just because it lines up on a Saturday or a Sunday.
everything's a
So yeah,
part
I'm
two.
with that.
Everything's
Thanksgiving
I
part
actually
two.
think this lineup of games is much better than Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was just pure trash.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, one of them was what was the night game? I don't remember.
Packers, Dolphins.
Packers, Dolphins.
That game was
Uh,
the game was a blowout.
That had
That game
potential
sucked,
to be. It had potential to be good. The middle game was
but
a
it sucked.
dud because
It still sucked.
Dallas.
I mean, look, I don't think you can ask for too much more than we talking about the Christmas game. The Christmas games is what
Fire.
Chiefs,
Baltimore.
Texans,
No. The
no,
Christmas
I know
games
the
no,
is
morning
Texans,
game.
Ravens, Texans,
Texas
Ravens.
Ravens. Yeah.
Texas Ravens and what other game? That's it.
No, Chiefs
No,
and
there's 3
fucking
games
Chiefs,
this
what
weekend.
is right?
Yeah, you can't ask. That's really good because last year it was the Patriots and the freaking Broncos.
Wait for Christmas Day.
Last year, yeah.
No, that's pretty good. Chiefs, Steelers, and Ravens,
Well, yeah,
Texans.
you can't ask.
That's
You
pretty
can't
good.
ask better than that.
The players aren't happy
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because and I mean, looking at it from the player standpoint, I understand because it's a quick turnaround. It's like 4 days later, right?
There's no CFP games that day, is there? It's just shitty bowl games.
Not that
It's
day.
Not on
it's
Just
some
Christmas.
college games tomorrow.
yeah, this one on right now. Indiana and Notre Dame.
Yeah, I'm
Hold on.
watching fucking Indiana
Notre
lose
Dame
to
is up 14-0.
some Indiana fan held up a sign that says we don't lose
We got a
to
weekend. A
directional
weekend.
schools.
We got a
Yeah,
weekend full of football.
I gotta.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
There's
motherfucker,
gonna
if
be some
you're
good
a
games.
basketball team in a weak Big Ten that played no one, and you wouldn't have sniffed the playoffs if there weren't 11 other teams there with you.
I think there's gonna be some upsets.
Oh, for sure there will be.
There'll be one game that people's gonna be like,
We're
whoa.
one step closer to the Super League. Then I'll start
I don't
caring
know
about
if it's
college
gonna
football again.
be. Man, it might be SMU and Penn State because SMU almost beat Clemson.
I
Wait,
got Penn State.
SMU's
Penn
in the
State is
top.
really good though.
Is SMU in the
I got-
top 10?
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
11.
Oh, so Penn State has a chance
Yeah,
Well,
Penn State.
Penn State's
because
favorite.
James Franklin has never beat a top 10 team ever. Ever.
Penn State is the favorite in this game.
They're
Yeah,
good. Penn State is a really good
SMU's
team,
not in the
but
top 10.
Yo, I gotta finish my dinner.
Oh yeah, dessert and drinks.
I
My bad.
gotta finish my dinner.
My fault.
Oh, it's all good. I gotta let's see. I had turkey and then with gravy, stuffing. What was I at? Dessert. Yeah, dessert. I'm gonna go ahead and go with. I'm surprised nobody picked rum cake, but I wasn't going to neither. Sweet potato pie. And then for the drink is the exact drink I'm gonna have on Christmas, and that is the dirty eggnog, aka Hennessy with eggnog.
Ooh, I
Gotta
haven't
have
had that.
gotta have that in my life. I'm gonna go for the vanilla spiced eggnog as well. So yeah, that's gonna be my Christmas dinner plate. Um,
Nog and Hennessy. I'll try anything once. I love Hennessy. I love eggnog.
yeah. Now back to this college football shit. Yeah, y'all know tomorrow Clemson and Texas are playing for the first time ever.
That is my
Ever.
upset. That is my upset special. Sorry, Jay.
Oh, you got
Clemson over
Clemson over
Texas.
Texas?
Clemson could pull it off.
I feel
They
it.
could. They could.
Should be a hell of a game.
Clemson is they're a program that has a lot of backbone.
I'm gonna watch.
They have championship pedigree and stuff.
I'm gonna watch more college football in these next few weeks than I've watched in 5 years total.
Man, my TV gonna be all over the place tomorrow.
I think Ohio State plays Tennessee tomorrow. That one should be good.
Are,
we got two.
Tennessee could pull it off
games
too.
on regular TV or are some of them streaming?
Yeah,
I think all of them.
I think Tennessee could also pull it off.
Yeah, that's my other upset.
Yeah, I think all of them on regular TV.
Well, as far as the one that's on right now, Indiana Notre Dame,
ESPN.
enjoy both
The
of these teams
Washington
playing right
Commanders in the
now
NCAA.
because the winner
What does
is
that
going to
even mean, Bacon Grizz?
the what?
He means that they're frauds, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
You know,
not calling Penn State's not a fraud. They are who they are. They're down there. Like
Yeah, but they never get it. They never get it done against great
they
teams.
made the
yeah.
playoffs in an expanded format, and they're not going anywhere.
They usually get destroyed by Michigan and Penn State almost every year.
For sure they do. Or
Yeah.
Michigan State. Whoever is
I
good in
mean,
the Big Ten,
Ohio State and Michigan. My bad.
whoever is good in the Big Ten, Penn State not beating them.
Mm,
If
Well,
they would have
all,
played Indiana, they would not have beat them.
all I know is as far as the game we're watching right now, enjoy these two teams because the winner is going to get absolutely destroyed by Georgia next week. And Georgia's looking at not playing Carson Beck.
Oh, okay.
I
So
don't
the
know.
winner, Notre Dame, Indiana,
I don't think Georgia's
gets
going to win the
Georgia.
title.
The Battle of Indiana.
I think Oregon.
I'm not picking Georgia to win it all.
No, me neither.
I think
Yeah,
Oregon.
I think Oregon too.
Oregon, and Tennessee, Ohio State winner faces Oregon. That's going to be a potentially good game. Also, Ohio State wants that rematch.
They'll
So,
lose.
The new
Tennessee,
format is pretty good, though.
They'll lose
It
by
is.
more.
the Georgia Texas is Georgia at Texas tomorrow? I mean,
No. Oh, Clemson,
Clemson at Texas.
Clemson's at Texas.
Georgia's got a bye.
Texas favored by 13. So
Oh,
yeah, it's in Austin tomorrow.
Yep.
And then Arizona State faces the winner of those two. So
Mm.
yeah. All I know is you know what? I think for the first time.
That's how you know. Like, as much as I like this format, I don't like it because Arizona State is a goddamn basketball school, and they've got a bye in the college football playoffs.
You know who else is a basketball school? The motherfuckers playing on TV right now, and they made it.
That's what I'm saying. Week Big Ten. Only reason they're there.
Yeah. Well,
UNC is a basketball school, but they got Bill Belichick.
I think this is actually the first time ever that they got the field completely right. Like, if you notice, the only ones that were complaining about a team not being in were Alabama fans. That was it.
They probably
Yeah, but Alabama was not
They
good.
could have got it right with 6 or 8 though.
Alabama is not going to be the same without
12
Nick
just makes it harder for them to fuck up because it's like you got 12 chances to get it right. If you can't get in the top 12, fuck off.
Yeah.
It will be a while before Alabama wins another national championship.
The only thing that I said, and this got brought up on the Sideline Sports Show too, I was like, hey, Bama fans, if you don't get absolutely destroyed by 6-loss Oklahoma, you're probably in the playoffs. So if you see a Bama fan talking trash, just remind them of that time in Norman. The sad part is, I hate the Sooners. I was rooting for the Tide.
SMU and Penn State is going to be on TNT. That's weird. And Clemson and Texas is going to be on TNT at 4. And
I wonder who Jalen Hurts was rooting for in that game.
Which one?
Played for both schools.
Yeah. Yeah, they I don't know.
Is he active on Twitter?
No, he's never on social media.
I was going to say if he was,
he's too busy. He's too busy being locked in.
He played for Bama.
He's too busy having pretty privilege.
Yeah, Hurts played for Bama and Oklahoma State, right? No, Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
They playing tomorrow?
Who?
Bama and Oklahoma.
No, they played earlier this season, and Bama got destroyed.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they played earlier this season.
And Bama, yeah, that's right.
They lost by 21.
Yeah, there it is right there.
Yeah, they got their ass whooped.
Yeah.
Well, the Tide is not rolling, man.
Well, that's our show because I'm off to drink some Crown Peach. Tune in to the Sideline Sports Network. Like, comment, subscribe.
So
shout out to
are we
all
doing picked off on Christmas?
No.
Ooh, you know
Not
what?
a chance.
Yeah. We're actually going to be off for that one.
We could still do it.
We're not doing it.
Yeah, we're going to be off.
Yeah,
for
we're
that
not
one.
doing it.
Yeah, we're
Sorry, guys.
We're gonna be off for that one. But everybody enjoy the holidays and everything.
Yes,
we'll be back for picked off the week after. Wait, that'd be New Year's Eve. Or New Year's Day. Shit.
We will talk about it off screen. How about
There's
that?
no reason we can't do
more
fucking.
to come on that one, okay? But everybody
We can do
enjoy your
picked off
night.
on New Year's
Enjoy the
Day.
game.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy football this weekend, and we will see you next Friday. Later.
Good night, Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Yes, sir.
Good night.